Here we go.
Yes, sir. The boys are back in town.
Rad Sports News.
RSN Podcast.
Chill. What's going on, man?
You back at it, man.
Another week down.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into some topics, starting with Chris Brown. He went out the country, got arrested in the UK for something that he did, I guess, like 3 years ago.
That's crazy.
You know, hit someone with a bottle and they waited for him to come back.
Yeah, you never know, man. People hold on to stuff, dude. You might not even think about it. Like, you know, they waited 3 years for that. He might have been in the club, had enjoying himself, having a good time. CB just got a little drunk, just went wild on him. Pause. And he might have just
hit him with a bottle. Well, they want him to pay for it now. But my thing is, like, how could his team not know that that was going on? They had to have, like, sent something.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of crazy. One, my thing is, how did people know he was in town? Was he in town for an event?
Probably had a show.
Yeah. And another thing is, yeah, again, somebody on his team should be aware of something. Like, you gotta check your team.
Like,
man.
hey, you got a warrant out here. Are you sure you want to go?
Yeah. And then that could have all been a setup, too, to get him out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, boy, who allegedly got assaulted could have set that up. He could have set that play in motion. Like, yo, get him out here. You know?
So we got 150 grand for you.
Hey,
and you get out there and they're like, give us 150 grand.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Tory Lanez, he was rushed to the hospital because he got stabbed while he was in prison.
Yeah, how many times? It was like 14?
Like 14 times.
Sheesh.
He got attacked, I guess, when he was in a different pod, I guess, and they had to airlift him out of there. He almost lost his life.
My initial thoughts was, and prayers to him, my initial thought was, when I first heard this, was it a setup or was it just jail-related stuff? And the reason I say that is because of the whole situation, how he got in jail. Did somebody say, there's an opportunity to knock him off?
I don't know, because the guy that stabbed him has worse charges than him. So
that's what I'm saying. You don't think, hey, we got some money on your books. Go ahead and.
I don't know.
I watch too many movies, but
maybe. I don't know what happened. Like, they're not giving us any information like that.
Because I'm thinking, like, why would the guy do that? Like, randomly, right?
I don't know. But after this happened, you know, more information's coming out saying that he didn't touch the gun that shot Megan and stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, I'm thinking initially my thought was maybe some evidence or something was coming out that he was going to get less time or get off or something like that. And somebody ain't like that. And they're like, we're going to make sure he don't get up out of here.
Yeah. But prayers to Tory. DDG. So apparently Holly Bailey. I forgot how to say it.
Haley, something like that.
Yeah, Haley. She basically said that he had a DV earlier this year, and she filed for full custody, and DDG lost custody of his son.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that.
I know it's sad, but my thing is, like, what I was thinking, okay, this happened back in January. Why didn't you say anything that long ago?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we like 5 months in now, and now you're saying that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really know what to say on that one. Except for God bless everybody.
Diddy trials started this week, and Cassie is on the stand.
Oh.
And she's been telling all the debauchery that went on in the 2010s and 2000s while she was with Diddy.
Are you shocked?
No, because something I said a while back, I said that those freak-offs wasn't her favorite thing to do. Like, she wasn't forced to do it, but I said it wasn't her favorite thing to do. And I was wrong, because she did like doing it. Because the text showed that she liked doing it. She asked for it, and Diddy was like, you sure you want to do this? You got a big premiere. Maybe you should get some sleep instead. She's like, no, I want to freak off.
Well, you know, I also heard something about that she was highly addicted to drugs at that time.
They both were.
But she was more, and he was actually, there's messages of him and proof of him saying, like, and I think she admitted to it in courts, that he was trying to get her off and asking people to stop serving her. Mm-hmm. And she was going around his back still getting drugs and stuff like that. That's not looking good.
Yeah, so it's kind of like what I said a while back. The only thing I see Diddy guilty of is being really freaky. Diddy got a demon.
Yeah, he got a lust demon.
The Diddy demon.
Man, yeah. At this point, it's
But he wasn't alone.
no. He definitely wasn't. You know, I saw something else that Lauren London was a big part of this thing too.
Really?
Yeah,
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Well, no, they got her. Allegedly, they got a lot of evidence with her being, because she's the one who not introduced but established that relationship between Nip and Diddy, because she was very, very, very close with Cassie.
Okay.
So I don't know, man. This is like a big. I don't know. This is gonna turn into like it's going from Diddy to Cassie might be at a.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Mastermind of this whole thing.
She was by his side, and it's weird that she was allowed to testify because she already took the money and signed the NDA. Then they're like, "Hey, talk about it anyway."
Yeah, and then
So how can you keep the money and still talk about it?
Yeah, that doesn't make too much sense. You saw that thing they said about her, and she was with Diddy in bed while she was FaceTiming the guy she's with now. That was crazy too. Yeah, they was like that. Also came out in court that he was her boyfriend at the time. She was in bed engaging with Diddy, but answered the FaceTime for him. I'm like, just that statement alone says that she can't be trusted at all. But no, I don't know, man. She should have never showed up to court.
Let's go to some news. There was a lady. She ended up yelling at a 5-year-old because the 5-year-old stole something out of her kid's bag, and she ended up calling him a racial slur. The racial slur.
Yeah, and I also heard that the kid had a problem too.
Yeah, I think they said he had autism.
Yeah, you know, and then it's like they raised almost $1 million for this lady at this point.
Yeah.
Before it was like 600,000, but I'm sure it's up now. They raised all this money. People are raising money for a lady for calling a child a racial slur who has autism.
Right.
Like, where are we in America? Where are we in the world in general today? Like, for this to happen, that's kind of,
and that shows that, you know, those people that donate, they agree with it. So that's what's going on out here right now.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Now, just as a spinoff, and I don't think we have this on the topic, and it just came to my mind. We're raising money for someone who's calling someone a racial slur, who's a child who has autism. Should be raising money for the black guy who their kids tried to break into his house to ding dong ditch. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They tried to break into his house to ding dong ditch him at 3:00 in the morning. He didn't know who it was. Some high school kids, and he shot the door because they were trying to kick it in. They were trying to kick the door in. 3 guys, and 3 in the morning tried to kick the door in. He shot at the door because he was scared, like they were trying to break in the house, and he went to jail.
Yeah, I heard that.
Because they died.
And free that man.
Well, one of them died.
If someone's kicking at your door at 3 a.m., you don't know what's going on.
No.
You don't know that. I mean, you can assume the intentions of that.
I'm not going
to think someone's playing around.
Exactly. I'm at 3:00 in the morning. I'm not assuming anybody's ding dong ditching me. You know, I'm like, man, I think my life is at stake.
Right. Yeah. So with that leads into the new term sweeping the internet: black fatigue.
Oh. What does that mean, Canary?
And black fatigue is, I guess, white America getting tired of ratchet black behavior. You know, some of the ghetto stuff that goes on, which, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we don't like that either. But
but I feel like we as black people have been fatigued from things going on for a long time too. That might be why you're dealing with it. Because no one's going to let up and be like, hey, this happened or these things happened in the past. And there's been no, like, rectifying it up until now.
You know, remember they had that racial draft on Dave Chappelle? That makes me think of that. Do we give up Sexy Red for you know, it's this whole fatigue thing, right? Like, will we give up a Sexy Red for
they're not gonna want her. They're already tired
what
of it.
What I'm trying to say is, and I'm just bringing bringing some fun to it. You know how they're basically saying they're tired of the ratchetness, right? They're tired of the Sexy Reds of the world type of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
We're tired of I think people in general are tired of the people who feel like they can call children who have autism racial slurs, right? So I think at the end of the day, people in general just need to commit to being better, right? Like, people need to commit to being better. This black fatigue stuff is kind of it's outrageous to me, because it's like, who gives you the right to say you have black fatigue? And the same if we were to come on here and be like, oh yeah, we got purple fatigue. Like, you get what I'm saying? Who gives a person or people the right to say they're tired of another entire race?
Right.
That's kind of crazy to me.
Agreed. Another big case going on that we have some fatigue of, Rodney Hinton Jr. So I guess the story is that his son was killed while the police were arresting him. They said that he had a weapon, but
he didn't. Yeah, they lied. He was running away. Mm-hmm. He was running from the cops. I don't even know why.
And then the dad, he got mad, and they say that he got in his car and he mowed down a police officer that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, ran him over the very next day.
Right.
And it's crazy because there's so many stories coming out saying that. Did you see that story that they said that saw a witness, and she doesn't want to be named or involved, said that she saw two people in the car and the guy wasn't even the driver, and he's just taking the blame for it.
Really?
That's what I saw somebody say, something like that, but I don't know. But even still, you know, the guy saw his son lose his life. Didn't have a gun. They lied and said he had a gun. And then whether he was a driver or not, he took part of taking someone's life the next day, which is not acceptable. Because it was an innocent person's life. You know, it wasn't even the person who did it. Right. So it's tough, man, because I feel like lives are so unvaluable these days.
People would treat it like it's disposable on all sides.
Mm-hmm. So it's very disturbing. Again, I feel like we're in a place where I don't know 2 years from now what we're going to be covering, what we're going to be talking about, right? Because each year things are getting worse. Like, things that should not happen are happening on a normal day. Like, and it's like everybody's cool with it. You know?
Yeah, just another day at the office.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. All right. Exploding HIV cases. So I think they said in Philly they have like 18,000 new cases.
Wow.
Which is outrageous.
Wow.
So yeah, guys, y'all gotta be safe. Wrap it up.
Whew.
Maybe stick with one person and go to the clinic.
What do you think is causing this? Like, do you think it's like
Diddy demons?
Do you think it's like we're in a time where, like, you know, TikTok and all these socials that people are just like not caring? Or
no, they definitely don't
ignorant?
care. Some people don't. And it's weird because we have so much technology now where you could find out same day if you had those antibodies or whatever. But people just don't go get tested. They just don't think about it.
That is wild, man. Very scary.
That is extremely scary. There's a lot of people, man.
Well, you said this was Philly, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you're in Philly,
but I mean,
double check.
Don't get it wrong, because Alpharetta's like top 10 in the nation.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow, and that's crazy. That's one of the safest, quote unquote, safest places in Georgia. Wow.
And they got Diddy demons.
They got yeah.
WNBA. Caitlin Clark got kind of aggressive with Angel.
Hey man, Caitlin was a thug yesterday, boy. She was like, Angel Reese, what's up, G? Nah, if you missed the game, man, it was a blowout game. But Angel Reese was going up for a layup. She kind of pushed off a little bit on offensive rebound. I think it was an offensive rebound, and to get the rebound, when she was coming down with it, Caitlin Clark pushed her to the ground with force, and I was very surprised. Angel Reese tried to run up in her face and get a little rah water. Caitlin was just like, she walked off and just completely ignored her, like so. But I feel like this rivalry is going to go on for a very long time. Like their whole careers, I can never, as much as I would love to see them be cordial and things like that, I feel like that's just never going to happen.
I don't know, because I feel like if Jay and Nas could do it, maybe one day they'll be twins.
What if one day they played on the same team?
I know, right? That'd
be crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
But the one thing, and I feel like it's good for entertainment, not to prolong this. It's good for entertainment in a way, everybody want to see what's going to happen between them. It's people going to view in and all that. The only thing I don't like is the racial tension behind it. Yeah. Because with everything, why can't, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark be competitive, not like each other, whatever, and it don't be a big black versus white thing? Like, can it just be a sports thing, right?
I feel like people like adding fuel to that fire until it gets out of hand. And they're like, maybe we shouldn't do that, or we should all learn from this.
When it's too late, always. Right? When it's too late, always. But, yeah.
The Knicks, New York's very happy about this. They're finally going to the Eastern Conference after how many years?
25 years.
Wow.
After 25 years, the New York Knickerbockers have made it back to the Eastern Conference Championship. And this is crazy, man. The city was nuts.
Yeah, of course.
Like, literally, there was thousands and thousands of people out there raiding, running the streets, climbing the poles, on top of the street poles. And it was crazy. It was wild. Like, New York NYPD they was having a fit out there. But no, happy for the city, happy for the whole state of New York. About time. We needed it. But don't get too happy. We still got to beat Indiana to get to the finals.
The Big Apple.
Yes, sir.
Shador is still in controversy. They still talking about him.
Yeah, man. No matter what Shador do, is always going to make headlines. So there's a few different headlines. One is Shador a distraction? Two is, will he get traded? They're talking about possibly him getting traded, and the Browns just using him for, to get whatever other fits on their team that they need. They're just using his popularity and all that. And then three, there's reports that the Cleveland Browns fans are tired of Shador fans. And I'm like, come on, bro. Wow. Come on. Like, y'all just trying to find anything. He's outperforming Dylan Gabriel, and then you still got these people who are out here saying, oh, Dylan Gabriel is clearly the better quarterback. Like, come on. Wow. No matter what he do, they're going to try to find something wrong with her or make up some kind of narrative. He's not. Dylan Gabriel is not better than Shador as a quarterback. And it's clear. It's out of night and day. My thing is, with the whole fan thing, I don't understand how Cleveland Browns fans could get mad at Shador fans for supporting Shador, right? Because people are like, they're commenting like, oh, here for Shador, here for Shador, here for Shador. And I guess the Cleveland Browns fans want them to be like, here for the Cleveland Browns. Well, we're not. We're not. Nobody's ever been there to watch the Cleveland Browns. I've never watched the Cleveland Browns game in my life that I can remember, unless they were playing a team that I like. Right? Nobody cares about the Cleveland Browns. Just, they don't. And I feel like Cleveland Browns entire organization and fans should be grateful that they have the light shine on them right now, because everybody's only talking about the Cleveland Browns because of Shador. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you, Shador gets traded. If he gets traded and go to another team, nobody's going to care about the Cleveland Browns anymore. Nobody's going to care about Dylan Gabriel. Nobody's going to care about, no disrespect to them, nobody's going to care about Joe Flacco. because I forgot he was still in the NFL. It's like, come on, man. People be real. We don't care about the Cleveland. If Shador was not drafted to Cleveland, nobody would care about Cleveland Browns at all. It's the harsh truth. But somebody's got to come out and say this.
Truth hurts.
Somebody's got to come out and say this.
Truth hurts. Antonio Brown, he gets detained in Miami, which is crazy because they need to make the rules clear. Because basically, someone robbed him of jewelry, right?
Yeah,
he chased them.
Yeah, I don't know if they got it from him or if they just tried to rob him for it, but it was a scuffle, and they were trying to get his jewelry. And he chased them. Allegedly, it was a video with a firearm, and you hear some pops, pop, pop.
Mm-hmm.
But
they need to be clear on what happens when someone tries to rob you. And like Florida is one of those states where you can open carry, so
yeah,
and stand your ground too.
Yeah,
so why they even detain him?
Exactly. I was confused why he was detained. I mean, they let him go later, but I didn't really understand why he was detained in the first place.
Right.
Like, go catch the people who try to rob him. You're gonna detain me? Go get them.
Right.
Crazy.
That's wild. All right, you ready for a fun topic?
Yes, sir.
So this topic has been on the internet for like the whole month, basically. We got 100 men versus one gorilla. So who do you think? I'll go first, actually. So gorillas, I think they said they're like 10 times stronger than people. Okay. But I think 100 men could win versus one gorilla. No weapons, no rocks, no sticks, nothing. And the way I think that 100 people will win, of course, like there's got to be a sacrifice. Like 20 of them, they gone, R.I.P. But I think like the last 80 could like kind of like what bees do, where they like just dogpile on their enemies and just suffocate them. I think that would work for 100 men, or at least the remaining 80.
Yeah, I've seen this on the internet too, and I haven't thought about it until now. I haven't thought about it in like serious thought until now, right? And I agree with the theory you said, but you have to be very selective on those 100 men, right? So
I'm talking all military age.
Okay, so I'm thinking, so look, I'll break it down like this. You got 100, right? So I'll break it into like military. I'll break it into like kung fu masters. I'll break it into like sumo wrestlers. I'll break it into like bodybuilders. I'll break it into like, so I need 10 of each category of these, right? So we gonna have the sumo wrestlers first. We gonna have the sumo wrestlers, surround them first. That's the first wave. They gonna go get them and try to grab them.
Okay.
All right. Then we gotta go next with the kung fu guys. So they gotta keep them down. They gotta keep them going.
Okay.
All right. So then we go from that's 20 right there. That's 10. That's 10. Now we need the military guys. We need the reinforcers.
Okay.
Right. Now that's only 30 right there. We got 70 other people. So we can get get some wrestlers in there. I'll mix it up. That's my strategy. If we're gonna do 100 men versus gorilla and we're gonna win, I'm getting 10 different categories and 10 people and the 10 best people in those categories.
And guys, if all else fails, cheap shot straight to the nuts. You can't survive 100 of those.
Yeah. Now, only other thing is the only thing we gotta consider now. This is two things. One, how big is this gorilla? We can't get the biggest gorilla they got out there now.
We're talking average size gorilla.
Okay.
Which is like 400 pounds.
And silverback?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. And then, what if he bite him?
Then they're gone, man. I already said out the gate 20 is gone.
Because I was originally thinking he just, he could just slap you and you could die.
Yeah. He could rip an arm off.
So if he bites you,
they eat bamboo sticks, man.
But I think he might get tired of biting 100 people. You know, he's gonna get tired of biting 100 people. So yeah, we can pull it off. That's not us, but
oh yeah, if I'm in it, then it's 99 versus 1.
Yeah.
All right, guys, make sure y'all get down in the comments. Let us know what y'all think. Oh man, so yeah, if you made it to the end, we want to thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. That's another RSN podcast. I'm Canary Valens.
Slyce.
Peace.